Listen, I had to get right into this. I don't have another minute to waste. Come on in the room. Tonight is a family conversation. So I need you to go get your friends, get your family. If you're on Facebook, I need you to start a watch party. We got to have a family talk tonight. I've got something on my mind. I've been waiting to say it all day. No, I've been waiting to say this since Monday. Maybe even since the beginning of the pandemic. But I've got something I want to share with you. No fluff tonight, no frills, straight, no chaser, no filter. We really need to talk. Oh, I forgot to tell you who I am. What's up, everybody? I'm Dr. RickyAllmon. Welcome to Life Talks, Leadership After Dark. I'm your life and leadership strategist. I'm going to try to lead you on a journey so that you can explore your potential, engage your passion, and expand your possibilities. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get down into this. Here's what I want to talk to you about tonight. I'm going to just hit you with it and we're going to get into it. I want to talk about there's nothing new about something old. That's what I want to talk about. There is nothing new about something old. If you wonder where I got that from, maybe you heard it from Big Mama and them. My wife says it all the time. I know I've been referencing her a lot lately. I told you all she's got to come on the show. I'm going to just let her take over the show. I'm not even going to be a guest. I'm going to let her have it. But that's a saying that she has. There is nothing new about something old. Well, this is pressing on me because I've got a public service announcement to make. In the midst of all of the changes and transitions and evolutions that have had to take place during this pandemic since March, I need you to understand one thing. I need you to get real close. I told you I was going straight into this tonight. I'm not taking a lot of time. So I need you to get everybody here that you want to hear this so you won't try to have to repeat it like I said it. They can hear it when I say it. But here's what I need you to understand about there not being anything new about something old. And that is where we stand right now. What's today's date? July 23rd, year of our Lord 2020 at 8:37 p.m. Central Standard Time. Here is my PSA to you, and that is what has been is over. You didn't hear me. What has been is over. What will be is here. Let me say it one more time for those sitting way in the back of the class. What has been is over. What will be is not coming. It's already here. I made a post a couple of days ago that new normal doesn't mean doing the old normal in a new way. It means finding another way. That's what the new normal means. The Bible says you can't put new wine into old wineskin. You know why? Because the old wineskin has already responded to the fermentation process of the wine that it was already holding. And so it is already conformed to that. So if you pour out the old wine and try to put new wine into it, as the new wine begins to ferment, the yeast begins to expand, it's going to burst the old wineskin. You know why? Because that wineskin is not made to contain it. Well, that's what happens when you come to a point in your life or leadership when you try to make old ideas and old concepts fit within new parameters. It's important for you to understand that we're in a new day. Yes, we all want this pandemic to be over. We all want the virus part of this to be immunized and isolated and dissipated. Yes, but understand, even when that's done, The world has changed. And if the world has changed, do you know what that means for you and I? We have to change. I know you want to be romantic about the good old days and how, and think about it, the good old days was just March 2020. But whatever life was like before March 2020, it will no longer be that. In some ways, if we're honest, it may be better for you in some aspects of your life. There's some aspects that may be more challenging. There may have been a lot of challenges you faced through this process over these past 4 months. But whatever state you find yourself in, understand, in order for you to not only survive but thrive, you can't hold on to what's old. I'm sorry. I wish I had, no, I don't. That wouldn't be the truth. I was going to say I wish I had another message for you, but I don't. Because let's just be honest. I told you this is a family conversation, so I hope you got your coffee in your hand. You're sitting on your sofa. You're watching this on television, on your YouTube or Periscope, or however you're watching it. Let's just be honest tonight. There were some things that needed to change. Can we be honest about that? Anybody listen to me say, you know what, Dr. Allmon, you're right. I had some things I needed to change. And I was so caught up in my life and so consumed with my world that the very things I was complaining about that I wanted to be different, I wasn't doing anything to make them different because I had become comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the worst condition to be in. To become apathetic about the things that you know are hindering your advancement. So tonight, I just need you to understand this. I mean, I don't want you to be alarmed, nor do I want you to be disheartened. But I need you to realize that if you're going to move beyond where we are right now, you've got to change. New doesn't mean revert back. I think the worst word that we can use during this time is I want to return to normal. No, you can't return to normal and have the new normal simultaneously. You've got to be willing to evolve and understand this is only the beginning of the evolution. So we haven't seen the full measure of what our change is going to look like. So what I need you to do tonight, I'm only going to challenge you on one thing tonight, and that is I need you to change your paradigm. Your paradigm is simply how you think. It's your worldview. It's how you see the things around you. It's whether you see the cup as half empty or half full. I need you to change your paradigm, and I need you to change your paradigm about one particular thing. That thing is, I need you to see change as good. That's what I need you to do. Stop seeing change as your enemy. I know some of you may not have evolved since 19 fill in the blank, but we all need change. We all need evolution. And I want to show you and give you 3 things tonight, and then I'll bid you adieu, sayonara, arrivederci, and I'll let you get back to whatever show you were watching on television. Thank you for taking the time to watch me. But there are 3 things that'll help you shift your paradigm so that you can see change as your friend. Number 1, if you're going to fully embrace this new normal and realize it's not about trying to do the old normal in a new way, number 1, you've got to be willing to reimagine. You've got to be willing to reimagine. What does that mean? That means see the possibility in doing it a different way. Don't make change your enemy. Don't look at change as if it's violating your identity. No, change is giving you permission to be the rest of who you already were or already are. So reimagine. Reimagine your life. Reimagine your future. I know you already had some plans. I know you already going on a cruise. I know you had all of these things set back in December of 2019. And now everything has been shifted. But I don't want you to sit there and waste your energy on being depressed. I don't want you to sit there pining away, wishing for 4 months ago. I want you to see that this is a great moment you're in. And all you got to do is reimagine what your future looks like. So that's the first thing you've got to do. If you're going to shift your paradigm from seeing change as your enemy to seeing change as your constant companion, because that's what it's got to become now. Change is not going away. And the reality is, nobody can tell you the extent of the change that's going to be required. I'd be very wary of anybody that even remotely tried to tell you. We don't know how much change lies ahead of us. So since we don't know, we need to embrace change and starting reimagining an ever-evolving world. That's number one. Number two, after you reimagine, you need to reassess. My wife says it this way, since I've referenced her tonight for the title of this conversation. To reassess simply means to prioritize the priority. I know there were some other things that were important to you in March that are not as important now. Stop trying to go back and recapture them. I'm trying to tell you there's nothing new about something old. New means change. So after you reimagine, you've got to reassess. That means reinvent yourself. Reinvent your environment. Reinvent where you live. Reinvent what you enjoy. I mean, just reassess what's most important to you right now. I'm not going to do a poll. I'm not going to ask you what's important to you today that was important to you March 1st. I'm not going to put you through that pain because I see some of you all are already thinking. But it's time to reassess. What is it that matters the most to you? What is it that's the best use of your potential? What's the best use of your time? What's the best use of your energy? Reassess. Reinvent. This is a good time to try some things that you were afraid to try before. Who's going to check you? Who's going to say, I wouldn't try that? Why not? What do you have to lose? This is the time to do it. If there was ever a time to jump off the deep end, the time is now. I promise you, you'll gain more if you try than if you don't try. So number one, reimagine your life. Number two, reassess your life. But then thirdly and finally, and I believe this is the most critical, restructure your life. That means it's time for some mental, psychological renovation. It's time for some emotional renovation. It may be time for some relational renovation, but restructure your life. And that's why all three of these areas and elements are so critical, because as you reimagine, you're going to have to inevitably reassess. And as you reassess, you're going to be compelled to restructure and renovate and shift some things in your life. I end this the way I began it. What has been is over. What will be is here. There is nothing new about something old. You're in a different place. You're in a different time. And I know you had a whole lot of things that you enjoyed before this pandemic happened, but can I make you a promise? You're going to have a whole lot of things to enjoy in your future if you'll be willing to embrace the change. This is the one time you keep the change. This is the one time you cherish the change. Don't be afraid of it. It's your friend. The only thing that change wants from you, are you ready for this? Is what's already in you. So what are you going to look like in your change? Listen, this is Dr. RickyAllmon. This has been Life Talks, Leadership After Dark. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Look, I've got a big announcement to make. I don't know how many, I need to give you a pop quiz. How many remember, if you've been following me for at least a year, been connected to me in some way, how many remember what was happening for me this time last year? What was I doing July 2019? If you said I was having the Life Talks book tour, you are absolutely correct. As a matter of fact, that's where I got the idea for this podcast. Last year, I had released my book, Life Living in Full Effectiveness, 31 Proverbs for a Life of Purpose and Productivity. So this is the 1-year anniversary. Can you believe it? This is the 1-year anniversary. And so because it's the 1-year anniversary, I've got a special package that I'm only making available for those who are connected to my Impact newsletter. If you're not connected to the Impact newsletter, your phone is in your hand already. So I need you to go ahead and text the word RickyAllmon, no spaces, to 22828. I'm not posting this anywhere else. And I don't want you to miss it because it's only going to be this weekend. I'm having a one-time celebration offer celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Life Lessons book, Living in Full Effectiveness, 31 Proverbs for a Life of Purpose and Productivity. And if you remember, I also put out a t-shirt called Destiny Loading. And my wife commissioned a special pink edition. So she and I are coming together. I've got a special offer. You don't want to miss it. I mean, it's just great. I want to tell you about it. I really do. I want to spill the beans. I want to give you a spoiler alert. And I promise you, if you miss out on this, you're going to hate you missed out. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, somebody's going to tell you about it. Girl, did you know this is what he did? I almost said it. Don't miss out on this. Text RickyAllmon to 22828. Do it right now. Text your 3 best friends and tell them, text your 1 frenemy and tell them to text RickyAllmon to 22828 because there's a special offer. It's going to go out Saturday morning. It's going to hit your email Saturday morning, okay? So when you text RickyAllmon to 22828, I'm going to give you instructions on what to do. You're going to be added. You're going to get a notification, and then you're going to be in on the celebration. I know all of y'all like a good party. So we're going to party this weekend. I want you to be a part of it. And then lastly, before I leave you tonight, I need you, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I need you to subscribe. As a matter of fact, I'm a little sad tonight, just a little bit, because this is my last night being on Facebook Live with Life Talks Leadership After Dark. Yes, it's going to YouTube exclusively. So now in order to watch me live, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to interact a little more. I want to interface with the chat a little more. I want to bring you all into the conversation a little more. And then I'm adding some new segments. As a matter of fact, we're not going to have Life Talks next week because I'm going to be finishing up the new content that we're preparing. And I want you to be ready for it. And I want it to be high level, so it'll be on your level. So don't meet me here next week for Life Talks, but the first Thursday in August, I want you to meet me on YouTube. So tonight, go over to YouTube, find RickyAllmon, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, so every time I come on, you'll automatically know I'm coming on. Tell all of your friends, all your Facebook friends, tell them to come over there. All your Periscope friends, your Twitter friends, tell them to meet you on YouTube. You don't want to miss the first new show Can't tell you about that yet either. Ooh, I've got so much that I want to tell you about. I told you, it's nothing new about something old. And honey, baby child, I'm not trying to stay with the old. I'm trying to do the new. So I'm being an example to you of what you ought to be doing with your life. So go over to YouTube, subscribe. Thank you all for joining me tonight. And of course, you know, on Saturdays, you can meet me along with my brother, my friend, Reverend Stephen Thurston, for The Revolution will not be televised. It will be live streamed. That will be at 11:30 a.m. And we've got an announcement for that show as well. So make sure you connect. Make sure you text Ricky Allmon to 22828. And make sure you go over to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. The first show in August is going to be fire. That's why I wore my red glasses tonight. It's going to be fire. It's the baby Buster in me wants to say off the chain. My wife say don't use off the chain. But I know you watching, baby. I just used off the chain because that's what it's going to be. So y'all meet me there on YouTube. Get ready for an amazing show. Crazy content. It's going to blow your mind. And y'all have a great night and you enjoy your week. And remember, keep doing something new. I holla.